Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. We're going to look at the 1212 portal today and get ourselves ready for what is coming, right? We are not ending this year the same way that we walked into it. We are definitely completing cycles. I think it's like a 9-year cycle that's ending, right? So let's dive in and see. Oh, and welcome. Welcome to those who are new. Welcome to those returning. It's amazing to have you. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you feel so called, okay? Let's dive in. What cycle is completing right now? The one where you don't feel loved. The one that you feel empty. The one that you feel a lot of emotional loss. Maybe a cycle where you are feeling incredibly blocked, right? Emotionally. But just feeling, it's just sadness, gloom, unloved, right? We are stepping into a time where we are opening our heart to love, to being loved, to receiving love, and to loving, right? What can you tell us about this? Yeah. Oh, Spirit, listen, you definitely have had a lot of heartbreak in your life. Maybe especially over the last 9 years, right? You're letting go, you're releasing this pain, and you're embracing your healing path, right? I love that for you. So definitely heart chakra, which this portal is a lot about that heart chakra. So definitely work on aligning that. You may want to listen to some heart chakra meditations. You may want to use some tuning forks for your heart chakra, something like that. Just really open it to receive. What are you being asked to release? Naivete. I think when our heart is closed, right, it's almost like you're wishy-washy, we are releasing the distractions. You're releasing the distractions, just that stale life that you've been leading. And as you release this new beginning comes in. You may be going into this new cycle with very little, but you have everything to gain. I am open to new beginnings. So you're releasing that stagnancy, and you're really trusting that faith, right? As you do, you're going to find, this abundance, this prosperity, this security, stability. It's almost like you're going to find the resources that you need in order to move forward, okay? But we are releasing that. I want to say that it's a lot more of, it's a mindset, right? Because the Fool card is all about, it's your crown chakra. So it's all about thinking about things in a way that really bring you a lot of light. Look at that yellow, that really ignite, that passion, that soul, that drive, it really gets you excited for these new beginnings. So we're releasing any kind of negative thought patterns, and we're opening that heart to more. Once we do, we will realize we have everything, even though it looks like, oh my God, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. All I have is a little bag and my dog, right? You know what? That's enough. You have the resources that you need to take this leap of faith. You're going to realize I do have the resources, and King of Pentacles, this is a kind energy. This is a protective energy, right? So it's almost like God, the universe, the angels, this is the King of Pentacles, right? You're going to have people that come into your life that are here to help you release the old and show you the kindness to move forward, right? Whatever this new beginning is, it's very reliable, okay? I just saw the Ace of Pentacles. What are you reclaiming? What are you reclaiming? Okay, hold on. Let me get a sip. You got the Death card. So What I honestly feel is, you are reclaiming that heart chakra. Honestly, you are reclaiming your emotions. You are reclaiming your feelings. I don't know if you've been going through life numb or dull or whatever, but this transformation, this completing of cycles, this releasing is allowing you to really just embrace the new. The death card is all about letting things go and releasing it, and allowing change and transition to come in. I think you're sitting in the energy of realizing that this transformation is regeneration. This is like when we finally let go of our old selves, our old lives, we're able to create new. Let's see, what else do they want to tell you? Yeah. You really are building. You're building a whole new life. You're going to find the right people on this path to collaborate with, to work with, to really share your adventure with. I am grateful for the opportunity to work with talented individuals towards a common goal. And I think, here you're basically by yourself. You're by yourself. You got your dog and a flower and a bag, and now it's like you're coming into realizing, this transformation. I know who to trust. I know who to let in. You're sitting in a more grounded energy. So it's like you're reclaiming your own energy here. You feel more stable. You feel more secure. It's that root chakra. What timeline am I stepping into? How about freedom? Releasing, all of the things that once had power over you, mindsets, things that left you feeling unsteady, insecure, things that held you in fear, right? You're breaking free. You're finding your independence. You're reclaiming your power here. So you're stepping into a new timeline, where you realize you hold the power. Okay? No one else does. So what do they want to tell you? Yeah. Look at this. You hold the power. Okay? Again, root chakra energy. This is definitely finding that family. Having those solid foundations. Whereas before, I don't think you did. I don't think you felt secure. I don't think you felt safe. You're finding these solid foundations and you're reclaiming control and power over your life, which is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. All right, where are we? Spiritual upgrades or activations. What do we have here? Oh, look at you. I'm going to just pull both of them. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you have the Seven of Wands energy. This is that solar plexus. Trusting your gut. Seven of Wands. You're now able, we're breaking free from the devil here. You're now able to energetically defend yourself. Okay, so it's like you have this ability now to protect yourself and others. Okay, because your heart is in the right place. You're embracing harmony again. So to me, what's activating for you is this ability to defend yourself, to protect yourself. It's you really with that solar plexus. So it really is stepping into your confidence, stepping into your power, realizing that you have dominion over everything in your life, right? I do think that too, like they're saying something about you and it's like you're figuring out who you are and what you stand for and your beliefs, so it's also leading you to, it is leading you to some kind of partnership. Okay, so a spiritual partnership of sorts. What is being illuminated? Yeah, I mean, that's good, right? Because we're putting it in the past, so lies, trickery, schemes, strategy, resourcefulness, sneakiness, all the things, right? So whatever. And I don't think this is just other people. It's also the lies we've told ourselves, right? I'm not going to blame other people for everything, right? But I am going to say, like, as you step into this, I know what I stand for. I know what I believe in. I know what has held power over me. I know that I need to embrace this transition and let go. I'm leaving behind a life where I felt unloved. But again, the thing is, starting here, that was a lie you told yourself. You are loved. You are worthy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's not just lies from other people, things that happened, betrayals, things like that. Those aren't the only things being illuminated to you. And really and truly, who cares about those? It's more about what you embody within yourself. The false things that we tell ourselves, the secrets that we constantly bombard our mind with. It's the deceptions of self, right? And now it's like you really sitting with that and understanding these thoughts have consequences. And so we need to turn those around, right? So lies, these negative self-talk is really what is being illuminated to you. But you're also seeing the amount of work that you've put in to overcome it, okay? Which is a beautiful energy if you really think about it. So yes, you've definitely done a number on your own mind, along with others. I'm not going to lie to you, but you're also looking back and things being illuminated to you like, hey, you put in a hell of a lot of work, okay, to get to where you are now. And you're going to see how committed you were, how patient you've been with yourself, right? And it really is this beautiful, you have learned to love yourself again. So I freaking love that for you. What is leaving your energetic field? Okay, so again, it is that mindset, this is like hostility, conflict, bullying, intimidation. You're choosing your battles wisely, okay? It's like you're putting those swords down. You're like, I don't even want that drama in my life anymore. So you're now listening to your heart and your intuition. You're not listening to weird drama around you, which is really good, right? So what's leaving your energetic field? Drama, conflict, all the things, right? How are you being divinely supported? So you have a Knight of Wands, right? I feel like you're sitting in an energy of being a lot more carefree, and the thing is like when we co-create with the divine, when we release all the things that we've been holding on to and we co-create with the divine, you are now not shouldering it by yourself, but you are actually looking forward with a lot of excitement. You're like looking at life as an adventure, right? You're ready to take risks because you're not doing it by yourself. Let me get one more. You're able to just release what needs to be released. You're able to surrender what needs to be surrendered. You're able to live more in the present without carrying that heaviness of the past and like the worry of the future, so it's like you're really able to come to life with a lot of energy, with a lot of excitement, for the things that are coming, because you know that you are so divinely loved and you are co-creating with spirit, right? So what's the hidden blessing? The hidden blessing is you making bold moves, being confident. You're sitting and see, like, you started with the energy of feeling unloved, loss, just emotional, just blah, right? And so, like, now the hidden blessing to all of the traumas and turbulence and dramas and conflicts and all the things, right, is now you are embodying this beautiful Queen of Wands energy, confident, self-assured, passionate, determined. You realize that your happiness you hold in your own hands. Like, I love this card. Like, the Queen of Wands is just such a beautiful energy because ultimately you create your own life. You create what makes you happy. You're following your passions. This is a very passionate, living breathing person, right? So I freaking love that. Yes. You know where to invest your time. You know where to invest your whatever. And it's like all the investment in the past, you're seeing growth, you're seeing progress, and it's time for you to reap the reward. That reward is that happiness that you're holding in your hand, because you created that. You started in a very empty, cold place, and now you're like full of love and passion, I'm getting passionate. So what's calling? What is your soul calling you toward? One, the star energy is, your light is being seen. They're showing me a picture of a lighthouse, okay? So you're kind of being invited to share your light with others, because you're meant to give hope and inspiration to others. You're meant to help bring hope and healing and positivity and faith and, this whole rejuvenation of life. By you pouring into your cup, that Ace of Cups is turning around, okay? That Ace of Cups, this next portal, you're going to have so much love and overflow, and that's what you're going to end up pouring into others, and it's your light, it's your hope, it's your inspiration. You're going to share this with others. You're going to be seen. And I think that your journey has been seen. You've come from a very lonely place. And even if you're still by yourself with this Queen of Wands energy, you embody a completely different self. Let me look at this star again. Sorry, I get distracted. Yeah. So it's like you've been able to overcome, like this lack of movement. You have been able to really become confident enough to take risks, to let go of playing it safe, to really letting go of that overanalyzing. That's part of what, maybe you're going to help other people overcome, right? The overanalyzing, the not taking action, the playing it safe and just avoiding risk at all costs. But the thing is that we have to take a risk. Otherwise we stay stagnant, and life is not meant to be stagnant. So your soul, it's almost leading you to be a teacher, guide, a mentor, or just to help people in general to get themselves back on track, to bring them back to the light, right? So, what do I need to embody to receive this next level up? All right, so 5 of Wands. This was a weird card to get out at first, but now I see it. I think the energy of really just embracing differences, right? We have to embrace the conflict. We have to embrace the differences. We have to embrace the tension. We have to embrace all these other people's egos, and if we can look at it as, a healthy competition and healthy challenges, instead of like when people come to you and they challenge you, look at it as a learning. Look at it as a way to learn and move from, right? Instead of looking at it as, oh my God, these people want to fight again. Oh my God, they just want to bring conflict. You know what? Look at it as learning and lessons, right? And I think ultimately when you stop bringing conflict to conflict and you bring, this curiosity, all of a sudden it shifts, right? You stop struggling, yeah. And that's where you get, oftentimes when people challenge your mindset or challenge you, this is where you get, you see new ideas, new visions, you start getting breakthroughs, you can really focus on truth and clarity, right? I think sometimes if we don't have those challenges and we're just left with our own mind, we aren't necessarily stepping into the truth, right? But you're ready. You're ready for the clarity on your new path. You're ready because if you've embodied, conflict now with curiosity, like you're sitting in the energy of ready for more. You know, what's the outcome of walking through this portal? A whole new world. You have a whole new world. You just have to accept it, right? So you have new opportunities, resources, abundance, prosperity, security, stability, everything that you're trying to manifest, because you're leaving those empty cups behind. I literally just got chills, right? Queen of Cups energy, 10 of Cups energy. You know, this Queen of Cups, you... Not only are you showing yourself warmth and compassion, but you're also showing others. You are bringing healing to many. You're bringing, you know, support, kindness. You're allowing your intuition to lead you into something that is emotionally fulfilling. Okay, whether it is a family, whether it is just, you know, you have that fulfillment that brings you that emotional stability, that harmony, that happiness. You honestly are coming home to yourself at this point. And you sitting in that beautiful Empress energy. I am abundant in love and creativity. It's totally you. So, what's stopping you? Okay, you have the Chariot in reverse. What's stopping you from grabbing hold of your destiny? Okay, so walk through the portal. You're ready. You're ready. It's time. Are you ready? That's the question. All right, if you guys want a personal, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you are interested in energy healing, just to help you come back into alignment with yourself, definitely reach out for that. Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys again soon. Thank you so much.